Gigo 至高。
Hello, I'm Teacher Raccoon. In the last video, we looked at how to use the service robot. Today we're going to look at the AI sorter from Lesson 2. Here are the parts. First, let's assemble the model quickly. Then I'll show you what the sensors can do. After that, we'll start programming. Okay, let's begin. Now, we've finished the AI sorter. You can see it uses two lights, one is red and the other is green. There is also a 180-degree servo motor. To function correctly, this model needs our $5 and $10 cards. What we do is put these cards in front of the camera, and then the camera will send commands to the servo motor. If a $5 card is detected, the AI sorter sorts to the left. So we put it on the platform. And it falls to the left side. If a $10 card is detected, the AI sorter will move it to the right. Basically, it's an automated classification system. Next, we'll start to write the program. Let's learn how to write the program. First, the model needs to be completed, and the AI control box must be connected to a computer. Also, remember to do a firmware update. Check your Wi-Fi connection and insert in micro SD card. Then we can start programming. Okay, we pull the slider down. To find the Web AI option, click Board. Then select the Use Wi-Fi Control Web AI Do Block. Here is your device ID. The device ID of this AI control box is 6DC263. Make sure that the device ID of your AI control box matches the one above. You may need to adjust it according to your AI control box. Next, click Gigo and adjust the sensors first. The two LED lights have to be turned off first. This prevents accidental activation. Now, add the block to control the LED lights. Then, add the block to control the servo motor. Copy it so you have two LED blocks. The green light on the right side connects to pin B, and status should be set to off. The red light on left side connects to pin F, and set status to off. That way it won't light up when the device starts up. For the servo motor, how many degrees do we want to move? Initially, the model needs to be level. So people often think it should be set to 0 degrees. But actually, if you take a look at the servo motor, you'll see a bump on the right-hand side. The angular change is calculated from the bump here. So it rotates from 0 to 180 degrees like this. You can think of this side as a pointer. Right now it's pointing to 90 degrees, which is perpendicular to the starting angle. And the final angle is 90 degrees. Therefore, if we want to make it level, it should be 90 degrees. So we input 90 here. After you enter and run the program, it may still be a little crooked. This occurs because there will be some calibration to do. That's okay though, we just need to make a little adjustment. For example, if it's a bit low, we just need to move it up. So we can try changing it to 100 degrees rather than 90 degrees. In this case, we don't need to make any changes. We'll keep the settings we have. Next up, we have to set the categories. This relies on the image classification function. We want it to distinguish $5 from $10. So choose image classification. Add this block. Then the first thing we have to do is select the model. You will see that there is a 2.1 SD card option. What does that mean? The model will use the Dropbox file labeled 2.1 for image recognition. The 2.1 file has been trained to recognize the $5 and $10 cards. So choose that one. If you don't have that option, reconnect your AI control box, then delete this block. Delete it, and then try adding it again. To see if you have the 2.1 SD card option. If you still don't see it, you can manually download and install it by yourself. Next, we're going to enter our categories. This is a very important step, because there are 3 situations involved in image classification. The first is no card, which we call empty set. So, it's neither $5 nor $10. It could be anything, just not the $5 or $10 card. The AI refers to it as empty set. To define the category, we enter null. The name null must not be changed, because it is preset in the image recognition model. After entering null, put a comma. The second situation is identification of $5. We'll call this 151 to represent the $5 card. This is the second situation. Okay, put another comma in there. The third situation is identification of $10. So, we'll call this 110-1 to represent the $10 card. After typing it in, hit enter to complete the block. There are a few other things you'll need to pay attention to. First, is the name of the categories, because you can't create new names for the empty set. Make sure it appears exactly as it is on the screen. The second is the order. Be sure to enter null first, 5-1 second, then 10-1 third. This way the classification will operate correctly. Finally, remember to choose 2.1 SD card as the model. After completing these settings, we can continue to write the program. Click loops and add a repeat forever sync do block. Do not check sync. We want to make it repeat the identification process. Next, click Image Classification and add the Start Identification block. This will tell the AI control box to begin identification. We need to know if it recognizes items correctly. So we want the result displayed on the screen. Navigate to Web AI. Click LCD Screen. Then add the LCD Display Text block. We want the screen to show what the AI detects. We don't want it to just display the names, so delete that. Let's change it to show something meaningful. Click Text. Then add a Create Text with block. Then the thing I want it to display has 3 options. But there are only 2 grids. To fix that, click the blue gear and pull the option in. After that, it'll show 3 grids. Click the blue gear again to complete the operation. Now we have 3 grids. I'll put the following blocks in. First, from image classification, add Get Identification Name. Then add the Get Identification Confidence at the bottom. I also want a slash in the middle. So click Text again. Add the empty block and enter a slash. This will separate the name from the confidence value. Right, let's check it again. After the scan, the first thing displayed is the name, with the categories above. For example, it might show null, 5-1, or 10-1. And after that, it tells you the confidence. The confidence will be a number in the range 0 to 1. If it shows 0.5, then that means it has a 50% likelihood that the guess is correct. If the confidence number is higher, then the accuracy of the guess is likely to be higher. Here you can change the text color. We'll keep it as it is for now. We can also set some conditions. Click Logic. Add an if, do, block. And 2 more. One is going to be the end block. The other one will be equal. Now we have it set up so that if something equals something and something, we'll do this one step at a time. Let's keep going. First, set the model to see the $10 card. Copy the Get Identification Name block. If the image it recognizes it, then it's $10. We need to add an empty block again. Enter 10-1 to set the condition. Then we copy the block to set more conditions. Change this to Get Identification Confidence. We can adjust greater than or less than here. Here we'll use greater than. How much is the confidence greater than? Click Math and add the 0 block. Let's say the value is 0.8. Seems complicated, right? Think about it like this. When the program recognizes the $10 card, the confidence value is quite high. However, it may be affected by ambient lighting or some other environmental factor. Although the confidence we entered is 0.8, you may need to adjust it according to your own situation. Next, what should it do after it detects the $10 card? The model should move the $10 card to the right. So we need to turn on the right LED light first, because we already know that the right LED light is on pin B. We can select on to turn on the LED light. The second thing we have to do is make the screen say that the $10 card has been recognized. We can copy these blocks and then delete the Create Text With, because I just want the screen to show 10-1. Great, we have a program that will turn on the light and display 10-1 when it sees a $10 card. Next, let's do the servo motor. I want it to change the angle. I'll adjust both code blocks to pin P7 first. Then we can change the angle value. We already know that 90 degrees is horizontal. So here we'll make it rotate to the right. We use 90 degrees as our basis and adjust it from there by about 40 or 50 degrees. Let's try 50 degrees here to get started. Make sure it rotates down this way. Clockwise is towards 0 degrees and counterclockwise is towards 180 degrees. Because it is going to rotate clockwise, we need to subtract 50 from 90. When it turns from 90 degrees to 40 degrees, the $10 card will be swiped off to the right. Then we give it a buffer time of about 3 seconds. And this is what it will do when it detects the $10 card. Next, click the blue gear. Pull this else if at the bottom. You'll find that the second condition, else if, appears below. This condition is for the action that recognizes the $5 card. So basically, the program and settings are similar to the $10 card one. Just change it so that it turns on the left LED light and turns left. Here we can copy all 4 programs, then edit them one at a time. Right, let's start here. Change the identification name from 10-1 to 5-1. We won't adjust this confidence value. We'll adjust it after we've done some actual testing. We need to change the light to pin F and select on. Next, it should display 5-1 on the screen. So change 10-1 to 5-1. Next, adjust the servo motor angle. Before, we changed 90 degrees to 40 degrees, but here, we need this one to turn the other way, counterclockwise. So we add 50 to 90, which gives us 140 degrees. Remember, 90 degrees is the basis value for working these things out. After this, there's a wait 3 seconds instruction. Then, we tell the servo to return to the start position, so we can continue identification. So, go back to the top and copy the program again. That'll make sure that, after it separates the $5 and $10 cards, it'll go back to the start position correctly. Remember, this block should not be placed inside the if block. Otherwise, only the $5 card will trigger a servo motor return to 90 degrees, and $10 will not. So, pull it under the $5 program to make the platform go back to level after either situation. After that, let's copy the LED program and pull these to the bottom. Make sure the programs for both LED lights are copied, and the pins are B and F. All programs are now complete. This was the program for the AI sorter. Let's run through the steps again. First, adjust the status of LED lights and the servo motor angle. Turn off the LED lights and keep the servo motor horizontal. Then we set some categories. Remember to choose Program 2.1 SD card. Then, also remember the names and order of the categories. These must be the same. Instruct it to repeat the image recognition process. After image recognition, the model should display the image name and confidence. According to the name and confidence, make a conditional sentence. If the recognized name is 10-1 and it has enough confidence, then the platform should turn right. The LED light B on the right turns on, and the screen displays the correct text. Next is the servo motor. Make it turn to the right, so it's 40 degrees. Wait for 3 seconds after rotation. Now, if the situation is recognize $5, the platform turns left. The LED light on the left turns on. The servo rotates to 140 degrees left and waits for 3 seconds. At the end, all programs should return to the start position. Well done! That's it, we're all done. Hit the execute icon in the upper right corner. Then you can transfer the program to the AI control box. After that, we'll test it and see how it works with the model. Now let's see how it goes. First we turn on the switch for the 18650 lithium battery holder. See here, the platform has changed from inclined to horizontal. Remember, this was how we set it at the beginning. That way there's a level platform for the cards. The first thing to do is test this $5 card. It should be sorted to the left. Let's test it. Great! The card was sorted correctly, and the platform returned to horizontal. Next, let's test the $10 card. Put it on the platform. Sometimes you may need to move it slightly. Perfect! The $10 card was sorted correctly to the right. This was the AI sorter from Lesson 2. Thank you for watching.